suggestions on the channel. We did have a suggestion by one of our viewers to talk a little bit about Terrence Howard being replaced in the Iron Man films by Don Cheadle. Because there was all this talk about Captain America being played by Will Smith. And it's the old switching out, a white character with a black actor. I haven't heard any outrage over Terrence Howard being replaced on Iron Man. Because to me, I don't like the change. No offense to Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle's a great actor. But there was something about Terrence Howard that I really, really liked about that he brought to Iron Man. And the fact that fanboys they're not up in arms about him being replaced is kind of strange to me. Because I'm telling you right now, if Robert Downey Jr. were replaced by another actor, fanboys would be pissed. Remember a while back when they were talking about replacing Tobey Maguire with Jake Gyllenhaal?
I would have been completely fine with that, by the way.
You know what? Actually, I would have been fine with that, too.
I
think Jake Gyllenhaal... Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal actually would have been a pretty decent Spider-Man. So, yeah. So, I guess that's... I don't know. Maybe some would have been pissed about it. But I know there are some characters right now, the actors have made him their own, and Robert Downey Jr. has really made Tony Stark his own. I can't think of anybody else who could play him.
But, for as much as, you want to be mad at Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard was in the movie, yeah, but was he a big part of the movie? Not really.
But he was they were setting him up to play a larger role.
I like Don Cheadle too. I think he's a good actor, but I think he would look goofy in the armor. But whereas Terrence Howard actually looked like he can be in the armor and not look like a big douchebag, like a goof. But Don Cheadle, I think is too small. I think he would look too goofy.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm curious to see what people think about that. But Don Cheadle, I hate to paint these big broad strokes, but it seems like there's a standard being held to actors of certain racial backgrounds that other ones aren't. Can any black guy play any black character? Is that what we're trying to say here?
Now we're really thinking that. But.
Well, it's kind of like the undercurrent there. Because, again, I haven't heard a hue and cry about Terrence Howard being dropped from the Iron Man series. Even he was surprised by it. And Robert Downey Jr. kind of took the very diplomatic route, saying he didn't want to offend Don Cheadle because he's going to have to work with him.
No, right. That's understandable. I kind of wish he would have stuck up for him a little bit more.
Yeah, same here.
Just say something, and then, if it doesn't work out, then,
Yeah.
But, the fact that he didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's not cool. But, what are you going to do? It's a fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's a comic book movie.
True, I guess people take it too seriously, right? So, in any case, there you go. You asked us to talk about it, and we kind of talked about it, but... I would like to hear what other people have to say about it.
Yeah, but no, that was one of those things when I heard about it, and this was months ago?
Yeah, it was months ago. Yeah.
I was just whatever.
Whatever.
It was just one of those whatever things for me.
But would you have said the same thing if Robert Downey Jr. were being changed out?
Well, then I would be don't do the Iron Man movie.
Ah, okay. So then...
Because, he has made... Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark now.
Right.
And why you would change him in the second movie be beyond me. Okay. But, Marvel has done some pretty shitty decisions and some pretty shitty stuff that they do in their comics every week.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't some of those stupid decisions be spilled over into the movie side of the company?
Which brings me to Fox totally fucking with the Watchmen release right now. 20th Century Fox? No, who's suing who? I'm trying to remember. Is it Fox trying to sue Warner Brothers?
Yeah, because Warner Brothers is doing the movie.
Warner Brothers is doing the movie. Fox has noticed that, wow, they just might pull off the film that someone said you couldn't do. Mm-hmm. And now they're suing, at the 11th hour for distribution rights.
Mm-hmm. Which is, yeah.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It is pretty unbelievable. That comic is cursed, man. I don't know.
Although, have you seen the latest trailer for it?
Yeah.
The new stuff? Zack Snyder has created some new scenes that didn't appear in the book. Which I'm sure, you kind of have to do certain things to bridge things when you have to cut a lot of stuff like he's obviously going to have to do. There's no way you could do Watchmen in a 3-hour film and put everything in. I mean,
I'm kind of surprised that they didn't do a couple of them. Because I think that they knew that it was going to be big. Like, I mean, what are they going to do once this movie? They're not going to do a sequel. They're doing a prequel video game.
Right.
But I mean, once this movie's done, it's done. Like, I don't understand why they didn't make it at least 2 or 3 movies. I mean, at least 2 movies.
My question is this: why didn't they do it as like an HBO television series, a made-for-TV miniseries?
It wouldn't be as good as a film. I don't think.
I mean, just take all the same budget and everything, but just put it into television. I mean, a lot of television shows right now use movie techniques. They even film the things in widescreen. You could have done it. Then you could have fit everything in there, everything from the Watchmen series.
Yeah, but I don't think that it would. If it was a TV show, I really don't think that you'd be getting the buzz that you are about this movie.
About being a movie?
And I think it's just it's a thing about being a movie. It's got its own like mystique and allure to it. That if it was like a 12-part HBO show, like who gives a fuck?
And even more so than The Dark Knight, I want to see this in IMAX because they're doing an IMAX release for it. So, yeah.
I saw the first Batman in IMAX. Batman Begins. It's all right. I don't get IMAX.
What about The Dark Knight? Did you see that in IMAX? I mean, there is a lot of stuff they did specifically.
Well, I know that they
IMAX,
did, yeah, blah, blah, blah. They did specifically, so I've never seen any of that stuff.
Oh, okay.
I really don't care. I saw that movie twice, and I think it was enough.
Okay.
I mean, it's not on DVD now, and I really don't want to watch it.
Wow.
The Dark Knight is a good movie, but, it's kind of done with it. It's not that fucking good.
Right.
Everyone jizzes all over that movie. I don't fucking get it. I mean, it was a fun movie. It was good, but, like, now that, like, DC wants to make Superman, like, do a new Superman and have it be dark and depressing, and, like, that's Batman,
Right, right.
Like, that's what, I mean, I think that's what DC's kind of the whole line of books are like.
Right.
They're all really dark and depressing and violent, and just because it works in one fucking movie doesn't mean you have to do it like a company-wide thing,
Right.
where the new thing is going to be dark and brooding and just violent as shit, like, it kind of gets old after a while, and The Dark Knight kind of got old after 2 hours.
Yeah.
The movie didn't need to be 2.5 hours either.
That's comics in the 80s, actually. Everybody went the dark route.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, that's how we got the Watchmen. That's how we got the Dark Knight Returns.
Right.
But those were stories that were actually really good. But now, just for the sake of being dark,
Right.
It's kind of pointless. And that's what I mean, Batman is gone. Superman's going to be exiled. Wonder Woman's not going to be around. It's like, wow, DC, you're going to have, like, your 3 main characters going to be gone.
Again.
You just did it, like, 2 years ago, and it's called 52. It's like, you know what, man? To, just run out of ideas in 2 years is pretty fucking sad. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Batman, Battle for the Cowl, yeah. So what, Dick Grayson might be Batman? They did that in Prodigal.
The Prodigal
storyline.
Right. With Robin, Dick Grayson, and Azrael, and all those.
Yeah. And Superman's being exiled again. And, there's a Superman story called Superman Exiled.
It's exiled, yep.
Again. God damn.